I'm Sean, and this is Hard News for Monday, May 5th, 2014. Here's some news you might have missed over the weekend. For those itching to get their hands on more Blizzard retro gaming goodness, the publisher is offering 2 classic titles free of charge on Battle.net. The Lost Vikings and Rock and Roll Racing join Blackthorn as downloads available for North American Battle.net users. Overseas, no worries. Just change your region in the bottom left corner of the client and scoop up these free games while you can. Most of these games are over 20 years old at this point, so it's nice to see Blizzard just handing them out to a fevered fan base. Now, if only we could get some Warcraft Orcs and Humans action, I can relive my days of poking lowly peons as they chop wood and mine gold. I'm not that kind of orc! Speaking of the end of a job, it appears Activision has finally put the Neversoft brand to rest. After a decade or two of developing great franchises like Tony Hawk and Guitar Hero, Neversoft was quietly shuffled into the Call of Duty franchise, making DLC for the recent Ghosts IP. CEO Alex Hirschberg said in an internal memo that through the relationship between these two excellent studios, it seemed like a single super studio could emerge. So they've done just that, moving all Neversoft employees over to Infinity Ward. Well, not all the employees, as the leadership behind Neversoft, which includes studio head Joel Jewett and director Scott Pease, have both announced their retirement. Now, these two guys have been there since day one, and that's kind of sad. But goodbye, Neversoft. Well, we all knew it was going to happen. It doesn't make it any easier. Share your admiration for the studio in the comments. But one last news story you won't admire is the latest news on the Borderlands 2 Vita release. With the launch of the game and a new Vita hitting stores tomorrow, SCEA social media guru Justin Massengill provides a rundown of all the great content we can expect from the port and a feature that has been capped. The controls are fully customizable, cross-save is supported on PS3, and much of the DLC is going to be included, but the co-op will only support 2 players. That means the furious 4-player combat that is standard for the franchise is going to have to be powered down for the handheld. Now, I had hoped that the concessions being made for a game launching on handhelds would be a thing of the past, but alas, we just aren't quite there yet. I suppose my biggest gripe comes from the fact that Gearbox wasn't transparent about this from the moment they realized they couldn't support 4-player co-op. And instead, we hear about it from the publisher as part of a preview article 5 days before launch. I mean, I'd say you're better than this, Gearbox, but then I look over at Aliens Colonial Marines and figure that this sort of secrecy is business as usual. I'm Sean, and job's done! Hey, thanks for sticking around after Hard News. Why don't you check out our latest Best Ever? It's the best ever studio that EA shut down. Those EA guys, couple of dicks. Just click this box, come on. You know you want to. Right here. I'm in this episode. That makes me feel special. You should watch it because I'm in it, which makes you special. Just click this box.